Oh man, here goes nothing. As per usual. As per usual.
Make you a bit more nervous. We're gonna clap this.
I love the slate. Love when you bring the slate out. Thank you so much.
Got you.
Okay.
Locked in.
Locked in. Why do I always get nervous? I'm fine. Always am. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're rolling?
Yeah, you're rolling.
Okay.
Good?
Yes, sir. See you in a bit. Thank you. Ciao, my friends, and welcome back to yet another week for Playdate. So bad. Okay. Ciao, my friend. Ciao, my friends, and welcome back to yet another week. Ciao, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Playdate. We have another week in store for you. What the heck? Ciao, my friends, and welcome back to another week. Why do I keep literally saying the same shit? Okay. Ciao, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Playdate. This is insane. Ciao, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Playdate Podcast. I'm your host, as per usual. Nothing else has really changed since last week. The name's Victoria, for those of you that don't know, but I feel like everyone who watches this probably knows. I've also never introduced myself since the very first episode, so maybe it's nice to have a little refresher in there. I'm kind of going to go off what I did last week, which was pretty much come in here and free flow off the noggin. Okay? I guess we'll just start off basically what happened today during my day, and maybe after that tangent, it'll kind of go into more things naturally. I feel like it will, but I don't know. Why am I so nervous? Okay, anyways, so let me just tell you about the morning I had. I'm not going to go in depth, but just so I can give you guys some insight on like things don't always go according to plan, and you just have to kind of go off course a little bit. But like I was just running out of time at this point. It doesn't even matter. My point is like, oh my God, this is so bad. Ciao, my friends. Ciao, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Playdate. The dome is not working. And things might not always turn out the way that you expect them to or want them to, but what's important is that you keep persevering through those mishaps and through those. Bro, I'm cooked. I'm so fried. Bro, I got fucking nothing coming off the fucking dome. It's bad in there. Huh? Of course, yeah. It's looking grim. It's looking grim, bro. It's looking grim.
If I could ask you questions or something?
Should we do a Q&A where you ask me questions? You gotta hook up a mic. Is that weird? Bro, I let me do a quick intro on what it's gonna be.
Yep.
Okay. Are we good?
Yep.
We're on? Okay. We're gonna be doing a little Q&A. Okay, I got my producer in the room with me in the cut. Graham, welcome back.
What's up?
Take it away. What are we
Question number
going
one.
for? Question one.
When you look back at your childhood, what do you think shaped the way you see the world today? Was it something you were taught, something you experienced, or something that you had to survive?
Huh. That's a pretty fully loaded question for number one. What has taught me and what has shaped the world I see today, basically?
Yeah.
Experience.
How you see the world today. What shaped it the most?
Wow. This is a really good first question. Didn't expect that. I didn't prepare for this. Um, what taught me? Okay. I think what helped shaped my view of the world had a lot to do, of course, with my upbringing and my family. As a kid, you know, my parents both have a great amount of brothers and sisters, and with that comes more family and more family. So I grew up very family oriented as a kid, and I liked surrounding myself with lots of people, even though I was an only child. And it was always just such good vibes at the family function. And it was happy, it was funny, it was light. And I feel like the way that my family treated me was the way I wanted to treat other people growing up. And I liked to view the world as a kind place because that's all I really knew from my family. And I would like to also think like my dad, for example, he instilled a lot of great, great qualities and traits in me. No, I'm kidding. But he did definitely instill some really like respectable morals that I've carried with me today. And he was very, very strict growing up. Classic, typical European dad. Couldn't have a boyfriend, couldn't go to the school dances. Like it was one of those kind of things. And I think the way he was strict on me could have either went in the direction of complete rebellion or the way that it did, which I think ended up being like, again, a very like high self respectable woman. And I hope that doesn't come across as conceited. It's just in the sense of like my values, I think, are very much in line, right? And I pride myself on that. And I think if it wasn't for him being so strict as a kid, I wouldn't have the same values and outlooks that I do in terms of the way I treat people and the way I respect others, the way I hold myself to a very high standard, my family values, and like the way that I want to raise a family one day. I think, yeah, he just, he's taught me a lot about hardships and like tough luck and how to kind of come out of those stronger on the other side and realizing like life isn't going to always go your way. You're not going to always have a good hand of cards dealt to you. It's a matter of what you do with the cards that are dealt to you, So, yeah, I mean, I could go on about that one for a while, but I feel like I'm going to leave it there because I know we got some more questions on the go. But yeah, I think my family, my dad, I think they definitely shaped the way I see the world and viewing it as like a good place and that there are very kind people out there.
What's something that you learned as a child that you had to unlearn later in life?
You can't always get what you want. Definitely, yeah, you can't always get what you want. It kind of goes almost hand in hand with the last answer, but just in the sense of like, life doesn't always go as expected and life doesn't always go as planned, but it's how you deal with those, side tracks and those side quests and going off course a little bit. I think growing up as well, I grew up an only child, so I was prone to being a little bit spoiled as a kid for sure. Like my mom definitely, when we'd go to the store, if I was like, can I please have this? Like she would do her best to, accommodate. And as I got older, my dad was always like, again, the tough one. He's like, what are you doing? And spending money and like, that's not okay. It was one of those. And I think growing older, I realized naturally with time that like, I'm not always going to have those things just laid out for me. Like I learned at, I would say probably 17, I moved out right after high school and I moved out on my own. And like, I had to start working for myself, paying for my own bills and this and that. And don't get me wrong, like it taught me a lot about, I guess, holding myself accountable and not depending or relying on anyone else. I think at the end of the day, the only person you can really rely on is you. And that goes for all things. It goes for holding yourself accountable and staying disciplined when it comes to doing things that you want to achieve, hitting goals, taking proper care of yourself and your body, managing money and financials and priorities. And then also on the other side of that is being accountable when it comes to doing things that I guess you should be proud of in a way. Like all the hardships that you went through getting you to where you are now, it's like, fuck, I'm going on a tangent. I don't even know if I make sense right now, to be honest. I feel like my brain My brain is not cooperating and it's not working today. I'm running on literally no hours of sleep right now. I woke up last night at like 3 a.m. and I could not, like, just literally lying there in the dark, no phone, and trying to sleep until like it was 6:30. The sun was already up. So my brain isn't working, Graham.
I got one for you. I got one for you.
Okay, yeah, next question.
What's the hardest part about being a young woman trying to build something serious?
I think having people take you seriously is one. That's a big one. And I think a lot of that almost fuels me in a way to do better. Repeat the question again.
What's the hardest part about being a young woman and trying to build something serious?
Well, in today's day and age and economy, I think also having all my ducks in a row is something that is also a difficult thing to maneuver during building a career and being an entrepreneur and trying to build something for myself. I think that, repeat the question one more time.
Can I ask it in a different way where I would say, what's the hardest part about being a young woman and trying to build?
Okay,
No,
we're
it's
going to
not
cut
just
this
today. What's the hardest part about building Playdate?
The hardest part about building Playdate. I would say the hardest part about building Playdate would be
Can I formulate it actually better for you?
Yeah.
What difficulties have you run into when you've started this brand and you're building this brand? Like, what are the main difficulties that you've run into?
You know what? I haven't really had many difficulties.
What about scheduling problems and people showing up late and fucking?
No, but I don't look at that as a difficulty. I look at that as a fluke. Like, that's sucks. It's one of those things, again, I think you go off. It's not necessarily on schedule. It's not what you had prepared for, but I don't look at it as a negative in the sense where it redirects me. I look at it as like, a shit, that's kind of like inconvenient. But I think the hardest thing, or what was the question?
What's been the hardest? What are some difficulties that you've run into while building this brand?
Yeah. No, I honestly don't. I don't know if this sounds bad to say. I don't think there is any difficulties. And I hope I'm not jinxing that, knock on wood. I have loved every second of it. I have found so much joy in every single part of it, whether it's editing, whether it is filming, making the reels, whether it's connecting and interacting with people online. Like, I've honestly had such a joy. And thankfully, so far, there's been no hiccups or difficulties. Like, it's been pretty smooth sailing. Everything's gone according to plan, on schedule. And there's been some good turnout and some good feedback. I'd say the most difficulty was today. We had our first technical difficulty setting up the camera. Other than that, yeah, I'd say everything's been good. I think it's just been hard doing it alone. I think that's really the only thing. It's just I've been finding this week specifically, I don't know what got into me. I am going through a serious case of burnout. Like, I was exhausted. I only went to the gym twice this week, which is very unlike me. And I wanted to sleep all the time. I still managed to somehow get work done, but it took me Red Bulls and coffee and like everything, phone on D&D, to like finally really lock in. It took me hours. So yeah, I'd say just like doing the whole thing physically post filming, I would say just doing everything physically alone is like the most difficult part for me right now.
Have you ever had a moment where you didn't feel ready, but you had to show up anyway?
All the time. All the time. The first episode, I wanted to, I was ready mentally, but I also didn't feel like it was like, I don't know. The first episode though, I wasn't fully ready for it, but you just have to kind of jump the gun, right? Like I mentioned, like your financials might never be perfect. Your mind state might never be perfect, but it's those moments that, again, you have to persevere and really just like trek through the hard times and be resilient. You know, you can't really prepare for anything except for literally what's in front of you. And I'm getting off course here. I'm going to go back. Bro, my fucking brain is actually so slow today.
No, don't overthink it. I think it was actually a good answer.
Okay, what was the question again?
Have you ever had a moment where you didn't feel ready, but you had to show up anyway?
And then also with that, like I mentioned on last week's episode, I'm interviewing a really, really big, notable guest in 2 weeks. I fly out and it's technically like my first little business trip. So I'm really excited, but I don't feel ready for that. I don't want to say I don't feel good enough, but I just didn't expect to do that this soon. And because I've been so, I guess, comfortable in my environment here, and a lot of the people I've brought on, like I've personally known, this is like a whole other ballpark. So I feel ready in the sense of like, I'm ready for the challenge. Like I'm ready to do it and break that ice. But I also am like, wow, like, is my vocab going to be good enough? You know, is it going to be extensive enough? Is it going to, I don't know. Yeah, I feel ready, but I don't. And I think it's one of those perfect opportunities to really just like dive in, and like you'll never know unless you do it and unless you try. So it's just a matter about going for it and feeling so undoubtedly confident in yourself and knowing that you've got this no matter what the situation is. You know who you are, you know what you bring to the table. And I think that's all that really matters. And you just have to carry that with you and carry that essence inside of you wherever you go, whatever room you step into. And that's exactly what I'm going to do that week, because at the same time, I look at it like this guy said yes to me, you know, and that says something to myself and about my work ethic that, yeah, like obviously we're at some sort of same level here in terms of mindset and mentality. And he feels like we can have a good conversation, and that instills some confidence in me. So makes me feel ready. But yeah, in general, there's plenty of times in life where I definitely didn't feel ready, and you just got to go for it.
How do you know when it's time to be patient and when it's time to push harder?
Can you can you break that down a bit more? Like in terms of be patient with what?
In business, in life, when you're building a brand, like
Mhm.
how do you know when you should be patient around something that you want to make happen? And how do you know when you have to like really, really push? Like how do you navigate the difference between those two things?
That's a really good question. I think that you should always be patient and give grace to yourself. And I think that when it comes to pushing it, it's always on the thing that you're trying to achieve and the thing that you're building. So I think it's a mix of both. I think that you should always be going in 101% on whatever project you're working on, whether that's a business or a creative project or anything really. You should always be going in 101%, always push it to the limit, but make sure to give yourself grace and make sure to be patient with yourself and acknowledge that you're human, acknowledge that we have burnout and that, things take time. And don't add all of this pressure on yourself that like it has to be done a certain way and it has to be done at a certain time and it has to look like this and it has to portray this. Like it really is just about going with the flow and trusting in your judgment and trusting that things will fall into place when they should and in the way that they do. So I don't know if that really answered your question, but I think, yeah, like just be patient with yourself, but go super in on what you're doing, if that makes sense.
What's something that you had to stop caring about in order to grow?
I've had to stop caring about what people think about me. And that took me quite a while to get to that place. I definitely, all my life, in a way, I have never really cared because, I grew up in theater. I grew up an only child. I had a big imagination. And so, like, I would do things so freely and so vulnerably. And I wouldn't really care what people thought. But of course, as we get older, societal norms kind of shift and change. And standards kind of change. And you feel like you have to almost mold yourself to fit into this image. When really, like, everybody is faking it out there. Like, everyone's trying to be the same person. Everyone's trying to look the same. Everyone's trying to act the same and do the same things. And I think in order to stand out, you have to authentically be yourself because that now is the societal minority at this point. It's like it's more rare to find someone who's like 100% authentically themselves versus not. And that is what makes you unique. Like that is your superpower, is when you are 100% who God created you to be. So I think I've been learning to embrace that over the last few years, in the sense of like, I'm just going to do me, and whoever rocks with it, and whoever doesn't, doesn't. And like, I will never force someone to see me differently than who I am. And if you just don't see the vision, like, that's just not my problem, you know? So I think that's a big one. And I think probably a lot of people can attest to that as well. It's like, being yourself is hard in this day and age without feeling like you're being judged or critiqued or watched. And I just think you have to say, screw it. Like, to hell with everything else. And who cares what people think? You're just going to, you know, naturally gravitate the people that are meant to be in your life the more you're just yourself. So I'm going to lock that one in, Howie. Next. No kidding.
Have you ever gone through a big change behind the scenes while still having to show up like in front of people like everything was normal? And how did you navigate that?
This whole year. Like, this whole year has been a fake it till you make it. My breakup at the beginning of the year absolutely ruined me. And I'm still dealing with the not repercussions of it, but you're just dealing with the freaking
The aftermath?
the aftermath. Yeah, but there's another word. This is why I want to expand my vocabulary.
Yeah, me too.
The aftermath. Yeah, like my breakup definitely, there's a lot of
outcome. Consequence, outcome, either of those words.
Nah. No, it's okay. I'm not having a good day right now. I'm not having a good cam day. This is like, I think, the worst podcast I've ever done. Bro, this is the worst. I am not in my bag today. I want to cry right now. I actually want to cry. This is so bad.
You're
going to have to repeat it.
Wait,
but now it's like, this is so bad. You're seeing me have a meltdown, Graham. A real life meltdown.
I love it.
When have I ever had a freaking meltdown on set? This is this is no bueno.
Meltdowns are the best. This is gonna be a great episode now. Everybody wants to see.
I'm cutting all of this out.
Everybody
Are you
wants
crazy?
to see a good meltdown. This is fucking good television right here.
I'm just letting the fans know here. I'm letting the people know, whether you're listening to this or watching it, I most likely just cut out a decent chunk of whatever just happened 2 minutes ago, because my brain is so fried today, I actually can't speak or think. So just know, if this isn't adding up right now.
If you hear Graham giggling in the background, it's because it's fucking hilarious.
That's because I'm spazzing out. Okay. Next question. Yeah, you're right. This is going to have to be clips. There's no way this is going to be an epi. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, next question.
Here's a good one. Has there ever been a door that closed on you that you're now thankful that it closed?
Oh, I don't like this one.
No? Okay.
Like, of course, no, it's a good question, but like, I'm going to cut this out. I'm sure there's so many other things.
Do you want me to go?
No, bro.
What direction do you want to talk? Business? Like,
I don't know. My
future?
brain is so out of it. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. Maybe make it so it's more like, oh my God.
You want something? I get you a drink.
No, it's okay. I have my water. Thank you. I'm just not. This is a good episode. Let's talk about how when you feel like shit, you've still got to show up. Even when you're about to cry.
Okay. This is funny.
Now I look like I'm about to cry on camera. Okay.
For someone who feels stuck right now, like literally right now.
Right now.
Yeah. For someone who feels stuck right now, what's the first small step you think they should take?
Breathe. Freaking breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Woosah. Woosah. ASMR. Woosah. Shh.
Mommy ASMR.
Mommy ASMR is crazy. Okay, what was the question again? It was for someone
who feels stuck right now.
Mm-hmm.
What's the first small step you think they should take?
I think the first small step someone should take if they feel stuck right now is to breathe. I would say take a step back and look at the bigger picture, and instead of focusing on the negatives and what needs to be done, focus on the positives and what you've already done. Focus on what you've already mastered. Focus on the things you've accomplished in life. Like, it depends what direction we're talking about here. If we're talking about business, yeah, like take a step back and look at what you've built so far and take pride in that. Own that and give yourself some credit because you deserve it. Naturally, like, you built this. I think if we're talking more in a personal sense, like it would be more so take a step back and look at all the hardships that you've faced and all the moments of adversity that you've overcame, and give yourself some grace, because everybody has such a unique story to them that shapes them to be who they are. And I can guarantee you there's not a single person on the planet who hasn't had it hard at some point. Even the billionaires out there, like they have gone through some sort of trouble or hardship at some point in time in their life. It's just a matter about what they did with that. And the people who come out on top, I think, are the ones that look at themselves and go, okay, I know what I've overcome. I know what I'm capable of overcoming. And they still got that strength left in them, you know? So I think it's about, yeah, just like giving yourself more credit and grace from where you came from, and you know, the things that you've gone through, and you still managed to get through it, and you're still here today, when at some point you might have even thought about giving up, you know, and you got through it just like you always do. It just takes time. It feels so endless in the moment sometimes, whether that's losing a job or maybe losing a family member and the grief, and it feels so heavy and so real, but you just have to give it time. And I think in general with this question, yeah, like give yourself the time to heal and move forward and feel things and feel your emotions. Let it take over you, you know? At least you're being real with yourself. And the sooner that you let yourself feel things, the sooner that you can then move forward from them. So, yeah, that's my answer.
That was a good answer.
Thanks. I feel like I'm going off tangent every time, but yeah.
What's one mindset shift that helped you stop waiting for the perfect time?
Repeat that one more time.
What's one mindset shift that helped you stop waiting for the perfect time?
There is no perfect time. There's no perfect time for anything. I think depending on the thing, like you may never feel ready. You may never feel ready to start the business financially or mentally. You may never feel ready to maybe have kids, right? You may never feel like now's the perfect time to be a parent. Our financials are in order, our life's in order. It may be that way for some people, but it's not going to be like that for everyone. And that goes for every single aspect in life. Some people might feel ready for this thing and other people might not, but they might feel ready for that and the other whatever it is. But there never is a right time. And I've talked about this for sure a lot of the time on Playdate, where it's like, you just got to go for it. And the worst thing that can happen is you stay where you are, right? So why not chase the dream? Why not go for it and fail? Because I think the moments that you grow the most are certainly in the moments that you fail, and you learn and you grow and you take all the knowledge from that failure, quote unquote, you could say, and apply it the next time you try. It's like when they say fall down 7, get up 8, right? You're never going to feel ready no matter what. There's never going to be a perfect time. So you just got to kind of have to go, and you're going to almost create that time for you. You're going to create yourself to feel more ready the more that you do it and put yourself in situations. It's kind of like exposure therapy. You just got to jump in. But I think you just have to start and then literally take it day by day and take it one step at a time and take everything as it comes. And I think that's how you're ultimately going to build something real, and you're going to build something strong and something purposeful and something that you know that maybe you weren't ready for. But looking back in a few months, you're going to be like, damn, like I wasn't ready, but I still got to where I am now. And that's because you tried. So, yeah.
How do you balance dreaming big with being realistic about the work that it will take?
Good question. How do I balance dreaming big while still what?
While still being realistic about like how much work it's going to take.
Yeah. My dad always told me when I was young that you should never have a plan B, because if you have a plan B, you're always going to rely on that plan. So I think the whole thing I've taken away is just pick that thing that you're so passionate about and educate yourself on it. to the absolute max that you can. Research, read, ask people questions, maybe take a course, whatever it is. And that practicality, I think, helps propel you to actually achieve the dream you're going for. So I think even though you may dream big, obviously, like, you have to put the work behind it, but I think it's about believing in yourself enough to know that you can do it and being so delusional because you have that knowledge and you have the foundation you created for yourself to actually get you there. And I don't know if this is all making sense, but I don't know. I just think you have to pick that thing and really go after it 100%. Like, put all the eggs in that basket, right? Like, there's no plan B. You got to do it as if it's do or die. And naturally that big dream will become a reality at some point, but you have to be relentless in getting there. So, I don't know if I answered the question, but I don't think I answered the question, did I?
I think you kind of did.
Today is so bad. I didn't have a coffee or a Red Bull on the way here. Like, nothing.
No coffee?
No, because it's going to stain my teeth. And I don't like going on camera with stained teeth.
Bring a toothbrush.
I know, I should leave one here. Next. Maybe let's... bro.
How can someone build confidence?
Hold on, we got to restart that.
How
Okay.
can someone
Wait.
build...
Give it like 3 seconds.
No, wait. No, stop. Okay.
Because we say wait and
No,
then
no,
you
I'm
go
kidding,
and then I'm like, fuck, I wasn't done. Okay, I wasn't done breathing. This is
I
going
know,
to
been
be
yawning
the
in the
worst
background. It's like,
fucking episode ever to edit. Ever.
It's going to be a fucking nightmare. There's a good clip at 38 minutes.
38 minutes? It's already been 30 fucking 8 minutes.
It's actually been 46.
Oh my God. I'm going.
Hopefully your drive can fit this shit.
Bro, this is the first time I think that you've seen me actually frustrated and fed up with myself.
Be though.
I'm pissed.
You're chilling. Don't worry.
Nope.
It's all good.
No.
You're chilling. How do you... This is a good one because I've dealt with this too. How do you
Do you think my brain's going to be able to fucking... Yeah.
I feel like you've probably experienced this because I know I have definitely. How do you deal with doubt when you're building a life that other people might not understand yet?
That's a good question.
Right.
That's a really good question. I think it's about surrounding yourself with the people that do understand it and that don't doubt you, because ultimately those people are going to really lift your mindset to be something more positive and instill the positivity in you. No, I can't do this. I can't. I want to cry. I can't.
Don't cry,
focus.
yo. You're good.
I'm going to fucking cry, bro.
No, don't. You're good.
Why am I so stupid today?
You're not stupid.
I
man.
am, bro. I'm going to cry.
No, don't. You're good. You're good. Some days are just not the days. If it's not the day, it's not the day.
Then if it's not today, when is it taken?
It's hilarious.
You know what I'm going to call this episode? I'm going to call this the crash out episode.
No, it's a good one. That's a good one.
This is, yeah, it might as well be so for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not having a good day. Let's be so for real. This episode is so bad. But maybe I'll still release it just to show people that it's okay that we have bad days and that things aren't always going to go according to plan. Okay? We're getting somewhere here. God.
When you have bad days, how do you usually get out of it? What's your go-to?
I go to sleep and wake up. No, kidding. No. I don't know. But you know what I'm going to say here is this is where the episode fucking begins. And it's going to be real short because we're going to be so real with you guys. Is this an episode I even want to put out? I'm just going to make this episode. It's so all over the place. I've had such a bad day. And I'm being really aggressive in the mic right now. I'm going to restart this. Okay. God, I'm so
Here's the point, though.
frustrated.
You did have a bad day. You did have a bad sleep, but you still pulled up.
I hate that this happened. I feel like this was a waste of time.
This is meant to be. Everything's meant to be.
Okay. We're going to cut the crap.
I can literally restart it if you want, like from scratch right now.
No. Guys, this episode's not even going to make sense. I don't even know what, in this moment right now, saying this in this mic, I don't know what from what we just recorded that's going to end up in this episode. If I'm even going to release this. If there's going to be of anything of quality in here. But yeah, I've had a rough day. I had a horrible sleep. I got 0 sleep. And then my day was just in such shambles in the morning where like nothing was going according to plan, nothing was going right. And it really triggered my mindset for the rest of the day in terms of how I approach the rest of the day. And usually I don't let it get to that point. Usually I'm pretty like, you know, let it flow, let it live, whatever it is, like just kind of go with the flow. If things go off course a little bit, it's okay. And things don't always go as planned. And today's one of those days. Today's one of those days where nothing has gone as planned. And even sitting in this room, I've been sitting here for an hour and I feel so useless. I feel like nothing makes sense. All of this feels like a waste, honestly. The whole episode feels like a waste. I feel like I want to scrap the whole thing. And this is just this is just to show you that like there are bad days and people have bad days, whether it's on or off camera. It's usually off. But I'm going to be so for real with you right now. Like, I'm having a bad day. And the only thing I want to do right now is cry. And I can't release this, bro. I can't release this. There's no shot. This is so... I can't. Who's resonating with this? Because I haven't even said anything of substance.
I don't think they need to. I think...
No.
Like,
this is so stupid.
I just feel like people need to see the side of people, like, you know? It's not easy.
Okay,
Nothing's easy.
I'm going to release this episode and I'm just going to say, here's 50 minutes of me crashing out.
Yeah.
No.
Just clip up the best crash outs.
They're going to be like, why the heck did you even release this? Like, this is... But then again, like, ugh,
Yeah.
bro, this is the worst. I'm literally not releasing this. I'm going to cry. This is so bad. This is so bad. This is so bad.
It's not, man. The
It's
more you
so
say it, the worse it
bad.
gets. It's not bad. There are good moments. I literally remember. A few.
No,
Yeah,
there
I swear.
wasn't.
Promise.
There wasn't. I don't even know where to take this conversation. I feel like such a tool. There's nothing, Graham, you could say or do right now to flip the script. It's
Are you
over.
sure?
Yeah, it's over. The session is over.
What do you think the next version of you is asking from you right now?
The next version of me is asking for me to fix up.
Yeah.
Like,
what's like tomorrow, Vic, thinking about?
I
current
can't.
Vic?
No, Graham, you don't understand. I'm so in my head right now. I can't. This was pointless. I'm sorry for wasting your time.
No, don't worry, man. It's all good.
Yeah, because we just wasted like an hour of doing nothing. Nothing came out of this. I'm so upset with myself right now.
It's fun.
I'm just gonna let's just therapy session.
It was fun.
Was it? I was having a horrible time.
So how does that make you feel?
How does it make me feel? Yeah, it makes me feel horrible. It makes me feel like I wasted my time, my efforts, your time, gas. I had to fill, because my car broke down today, I had to fill my parents' gas with diesel. You know how much that cost me for half a tank? It was like $70. Half a tank.
So like your inner core right now, like if you could explain it in just a few words, like how would you explain it?
Embarrassed. Annoyed. Confused as to why I'm not pulling through today.
You said annoyed. I just want to dig deeper on that. What makes you feel annoyed? Like,
what makes me feel annoyed right now? The fact that I can't snap out of whatever mental funk I'm in. Mm-hmm. The fact that I'm usually good at it, and right now I'm not, and it's bothering me.
For a second. You've been through this mental block before in life.
Oh my God.
Now let's think about what you've done in the past to get over this mental block. What is your go-to? Like when you because we've all experienced mental block. Like what do you usually do to get out of the mental block?
Have a full meltdown.
Have a full meltdown.
And then I feel really refreshed.
That's good.
I just sulk in it for a bit until I feel like I'm ready to not sulk in it. I can't release this. This is horrible.
When you are having a meltdown, do you find it's usually outward or inward?
Both.
Both?
Both, probably outward.
No, I don't see you as an outward type person. I feel like you're beating
I'm doing
yourself
it
up
right now.
You're not outwardly attacking me. You're inwardly attacking yourself.
Oh, I thought you meant outwardly showing my emotion.
No, I mean like when you are having a meltdown, is it like you outwardly attacking everyone around you, or is it more inwardly?
No.
Down?
It's definitely inward. It's definitely inward.
I can see that about you, actually. So in that case, when you're feeling like the inward, like you're attacking yourself on the inside, like what do you typically do, or what have you done in the past to like get out of that funk or get out of that mindset?
Again, I sit in it until it's the next day, and then I wake up and like, hey, today's a new day. Today's a fresh day. Yesterday was yesterday.
Okay.
You're allowed to feel your feelings, and it's good that you feel your feelings. I think it's really healthy to feel your emotions and let it just freaking flow.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I want to do an exercise with you real quick.
No
We're going to
shot.
close our eyes. We're going to close our eyes just for a second. Do this exercise. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth just 3 times. Very deep breaths. Super deep in and out through your mouth.
I can't, bro.
No, you got to do it. You got to do it. You just got to do it. In through your nose, out through your mouth.
Can't.
And then I want to picture yourself.
My audience is going to be watching this right
Yeah,
now.
Good. Yeah, picture yourself having the best sleep of your life right now.
Impossible.
What do you look like when you're sleeping? Picture it. Like you're sleeping, you're having the best rest of your life as you breathe in and out.
Okay.
Now wake up.
I didn't even get through my first breath yet.
Okay, cool. Keep breathing then.
I can't. Oh, man.
Now wake up. Okay? Now it's a new day. A new day has started.
Yo. I can't even. I can't.
No, I'm actually with you. I'm actually with you.
No.
Just from you explaining
I'm
it.
not releasing this, bro. I'm not releasing this. This
No,
is
I
so
actually
bad.
like that exercise a lot though.
I don't even want anything to do with this episode. This was the most stupidest thing on the planet. Oh my god,
That should
this
be
is
the clip
the
to
worst.
open up the episode.
No, like
I don't even fucking want to be on this
no,
show.
I'm so over it. Like I am having a real life. How is it possible I'm having a real life meltdown on my podcast right now?
I think it's great.
Like what the frick is going on? Like this is
great.
the worst. This is the worst.
No,
People are
it's
gonna be like,
not.
yeah, it is. It's gonna be freaking minutes of me just sitting here crying. Like there's been no substance whatsoever. And like, what is the point? People are like, okay, I watched her cry, and now what?
I feel like people can relate with this because we all go through this.
But I didn't
go
even
through this.
say anything. I just sat here crying.
Cool. We all need a good cry once in a while.
This was such a waste.
Doesn't matter. Who cares? I was here before you got here anyway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change my day. I'd be here. I have
This
people
is the
coming in
worst.
6:30. Fam, I'm here all day. Doesn't make shit. Doesn't mean shit. Doesn't make no difference. You didn't inconvenience anyone. It's all good. Like there's no stress at all. It's actually just kind of funny and like jokes. Like we just vibe that and like whatever. Cry on camera is funny.
How did we get here?
There's probably some good clips in there. I'm not gonna lie.
No, there's not. Bro.
That's a good moment, yo.
Like sure, but then what? I'm crying, okay? And then what? Like
I think there's needs to be a lesson that comes from it, because that's all we can do, right? Is either learn from it or experience it again. Like I always like to learn from it. I think we can learn from it.
I'm so frustrated right now. I'm so annoyed.
But don't be, yo. It's all good. You're at least you're not 33.
Yeah, at least you're not 33.
Because I'm fucking
That's
33.
it. That's the end of the sentence. At least you're not 33.
Because fam, trust me, when you get to this age, you're like, dog, what am I doing with my life? It gets a lot harder. I think there is valuable and like being vulnerable is actually a very important thing to be like showing people. Yeah, I didn't like the fact that you felt like shit this morning, you didn't sleep well, and you still pulled up, you drove hours to be here. Like that's respect. Like that people should appreciate that. Anyone who knows that true story, like the real true story behind this is actually like very like as like someone who's seen it, because I obviously see it firsthand. Like it inspires me.
You got a front row seat to the meltdown.
That's what I'm saying. It inspires me. Like what, you think I don't go through this? You don't think other people don't go through this? We all do. But I've never fucking shown anyone. Like I lock that shit up like a fucking like it's a demon in a cage.
Let it out, bro.
But you're letting it out. You're being real. You're being vulnerable. Like it inspires me. This should inspire people. You know, not everybody's willing to be vulnerable on camera. Like it's actually a hard thing to do. Regardless if you put it out or not, doesn't matter. But like the fact that you still actually did what you had to do. Like it's like when I wake up some days, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to go to the gym. I still go. You know what I mean? You still gotta go. And you did. You still came, regardless.
Yeah, I think this episode, for anyone watching or listening, I'm sorry for wasting your time. I'm so embarrassed.
No,
I'm
don't
so
be.
embarrassed. But you're right. I think you're onto something there. Like, yeah, I guess it is important to, if I'm going to preach being vulnerable, I guess I might as well live up to those words. This is just a prime example. Again, I don't know what's going to be shown or what I'm going to edit here. It might be a super raw episode of just like everything that went down, the whole shebang, the behind the scenes, the planning, everything from when we started recording and figuring out where to go to next, because I couldn't think of something to say for the life of me. Like, I had things to say and I could not articulate today. I don't know what's going on with me. It's just not a good day. So I think whatever ends up being in here is literally what you guys are seeing was a full real life, in the moment, transparently vulnerable midlife crisis meltdown of what the hell just went down today. And that, you know, yeah, things don't go according to plan and you just gotta just go with the flow. And there was no flow going today. No waves were flowing for sure, except the tears in my eyes. But yeah, this is the behind the scenes of a day in the life of when things don't go right and how you deal with them. And I will say, usually I don't deal with them like this. So I don't know why I'm like this today. I don't know why I'm so mentally frustrated with myself. I started my episode when you left the room. I stopped it because I was like, hey, restart. I said, ciao, my friends. I swear to God, like 9 times because nothing was sounding right. And then I started it and then I paused and then I restarted the episode and then I stopped it again. That's when I went to call you. Let's do a Q&A because it's all I think my brain can function with right now. And then here we are and we're still going with nothing. Yeah, so I guess with that being said, guys, what you see is what you get. And this is me on an off day, on a really off day, actually. Usually it's not like this. Hopefully you take something away and realize we're all human and we all have moments. And, you know, maybe having this moment here is what I needed to have a breakthrough for the next episode or the next thing or whatever it ends up being. And just, I'm going to feel like a sack of shit when I leave here, I will say. I'm going to feel so ass when I leave this building. And I think that, again, I have to take my own advice and give myself grace. I had a bad day and that's just what it is. And there's nothing I can do about it. And the more that I sit in the sorrow of being the victim, like I had a bad day and it happened to me, like, how am I going to make it better from here? How am I going to change the direction from here and not weep in my sorrows about how bad this session went today? You know, I'm just frustrated because it's the first time it happened. I think it needed to happen. It needed to happen. I think it was bound to happen that we'd have a rough little day here. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Thank God I don't charge you guys for this stuff. Otherwise, what a waste. Yeah, who knows what's going to make it in here? It might be even like 5 minutes of just a breakdown and just like the behind the scenes of planning an episode that quite literally was not going right. I'm so used to having guests that help fill the time and actually have a real conversation. Like, it's so hard to be by myself. It's so hard to come up with topics and things to talk about and really fill in the time and space. And today just wasn't one of those days for me. And so I leave you here with this. Give yourself grace and compassion. Show yourself some love. And yeah. What's that saying? Live and let live or something? Is that the right saying? I don't know. But just go with the flow, man. And again, I'm sorry for wasting your time. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you next week for Playdate Podcast. Ciao. What was that?